Hi guys, it's Candace. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to start this little series that I'm going to call QECs, Quick Gifts. Quick, easy, cute, simple gifts. So I don't know how many things I have in my little bucket, but these are just things that I've made in the past that I've given for gifts and just little sweet things and like Secret Santas or just, you know, to brighten somebody's day up. So, whoops, as I throw this away, what we're going to be using is these that I got at Walmart, which I got them last year, but I'm hoping they still sell them. There's 3 counts in a pack. And then these are what I had gotten before, which I don't even know where the heck I got this from. This is my last one, but this is a much thicker cover. And the ones from Walmart, which I've already opened these because I started this video and had to redo it on my phone again because that other thing is still, it's about to go back. And then this is the Walmart, which is a lot thinner, but we're going to reinforce that. So let me put these, oh gosh, right here, just to be out of my way, but then I'll still probably lose them. But I did want to show you, this is truly something I had used. I know I'll give little prompts, excuse me, prompts to Rhonda Winstead, because I did watch her do one of these in her little, oh darn, is it November play that she's doing? But this is, I made these years ago. As you can tell, I started using this one in 2018 when John's cancer first came back, when I had to have questions for our doctors, because I mean, I live in this. As you can tell, I used it in 220, and then when I ripped things out after I did something, then I'd have to go back in with tape. Instead of just Xing them off, I was just tearing them off so I know that I did it. Well, then, you know, then you make your little planner a little ugly, but that's what washi tape's for, huh? But I didn't use it. And this was just like my little Christmas gift, little list things of to-dos. And then I even got to where I was putting what I needed to do on certain days in here so I wouldn't forget, because, you know, I do get a little forgetful. And so just, you know, when I did them, I checked them off so I'd make sure that I got my little things done. And like I said, you know, got paper clips in here. My washi tape, because I put it in my purse and it was always, you know, kind of open. But this is my closure that I had. Well, actually, it was like my bookmark. I would put it in there wherever the page was that I was. It was just some elastic hairband thing because I was, you know, anyway. And then I wished that I would have made this more like a little mini journal. And this has got like Nouveau drops, but it's rubbed in my purse for so long. So that's why I've doing it this way, because it's like a actual journal that has a closure on it. So it would stay closed in your purse, because I mean, I do keep it on my side pocket. So it had a better chance of not just getting all tore up. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it has seen its days and well loved, well used. Now I did not, this was just plain washi tape. I didn't glue it down, which, you know, duh. I don't know why I thought it would, you know, survive. This side survived, but this side didn't survive my ins and outs. So just want to show you that, you know, these things that we're going to be making are something that, oh shoot, I didn't even start my thing, are things that I have made in the past over the years and gave them to friends and people and all that good stuff. So we're going to make some quick, easy, cute, and simple gifts, and then after we get them all made, we're going to make something to put them in case you wanted to give more than one thing to somebody, so you can give them in something else that's just cute too. So let me put this one up, because we're not going to use that one because I've cut stuff for the thinner one. All right, and then this is the elastic that we're going to do for here. So that's why I haven't glued this one all together, so I can show you how we're going to do that. Okay, so here's my little plan, my little roadmap that I drew. It's all, you know, jibble jabble, but I tried to write me another step-by-step one, but, you know, please, get real. But the elastics that we're going to be using, this is 1/4 of an inch. Everybody should have some of this. Anybody who's sewed any of those masks, we have you know, extra of this. If we're going to glue it in, I got glue on me. If we're going to glue it in, you're going to need a 7-inch strip of elastic. Then this is like they call it jewelry cording elastic. This is 9 inches because I'm going to show you another option if you don't want to take the time to glue in, because that is the most fiddliest part. All right, so we're going to take our little thingy-jiggy, our little composition book, and you know, when we get ready to start gluing our covers and stuff on, you just need to make sure that you're not gluing it upside down, that you have, you know, the right side up, especially on directional paper. So we all know what happens with me and directional paper. Okay, so first we're gonna, this is just 8.5 by 11 digital paper. I have digital and I have regular paper, scrapbook, you know, thicker paper, thinner paper, but this is I think it's called the Digital Rainbow. Oh yeah, Digi Rainbow, the Digi Rainbow, and it's the red and cream set. So, because there's a lot of people out there who aren't into Christmas per se, so, you know, this is more wintry festive. So we're going to cut 2 of these that are 4.5 by 4.5. This is going to be our inside paper, and we need to cut 2 of them 1 3/4 by 4.5. And then, oops, I know this goes to another thing. Then we're going to be, we need 2 of these just because we're using thin paper. We have to strengthen our pocket. So this is just some scrap, as you can tell, where I cut off on digital. This is 1 3/4 by 4.5, but we're going to end up having to trim a hair off of it, just so when we flip it, and I can already tell this one, that one's might have a hair, but let me just go ahead and give it a hair trim. So that will be done. So we have that. And then since these, like I said, are thin, and you know, you want someone to be able to use them and get some, you know, want it to be a little thick, I've cut 2 of these papers to reinforce it, which is just cardstock, the Recollection 60-pound that I usually use for everything, but if you have thicker, go for it. But you at least need to have some of this to go inside, and mainly, you know, it does strengthen this, and then if we're using the elastic, it kind of helps when you're sliding in, hold the elastic down and everything too. So these are 3, good grief, by 4.5. So we have all of our parts and pieces here. So I'm sure I'll confuse you, but now on our 4.5 by 4.5, our cover paper, we're gonna score at 1 3/4 on both sides. If you don't have this scory thing, then and I'm just looking to see what this has more, you know, because it's going to be like this. That has more color on the spine. So I want to, this is going to be my spine side, so I want to score on the less decorative side, if that makes any sense. So 1 3/4. And if you don't have a scory thing, do like we've done before, to where you just take your bone folder or stylus tool or a dull butter knife and score it, so that way you can fold it over. And you just want to make sure that when you fold it, that you're, well, that's not even. So we're going to do it in a minute. Because my edges are not even. And who do I like? No. Okay, I'm liking, this is the side I want to show. So I want to score on the opposite side, because that's what's going to be inside. So we're going to score that. All right. Man, I mean, I got like runny nose. I'm telling you, you know, it's all that processed food and sugar and everything else. But, okay, so we're going to fold it, and we just want to make sure that we, you know, that it's lined up on our thing. It's just, it's much better, and that's less trimming that you have to do down the road. So just make sure you take a minute and fold it flat. Okay. All right. Now, because what we're technically going to do is we're going to put this like this, and it's going to go to the edge of our, well, of course, this one's not even like the other one, but we'll be okay. We might have to put, good grief, some washi or a little piece of lace on here. And then, as you can tell, this one's not even, I'm going to have a little bit I got to trim off. So they're not all the same. You know, it's just like paper. Sometimes you have to go in there and just trim a hair off. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm trimming a hair. Alright. And it looks like it's, I mean, it looks even inside, but we might just have to trim it after we put it on there because, I mean, you know, you just can't get good quality stuff anymore for $1.50 or however much they are. All right, so let's just go ahead, get this over with. Let me try this one and see if it's by chance. Yep. Okay, so obviously this one got folded a little more than the other. Okay, so we're just gonna glue our front on. Now I'm just gonna use, I don't know, we're gonna see if this, you know what, glue truly makes it curve, because when I used it, it made my stuff curve. Like I said, I want to use it to get rid of it, to use it up, because I paid money for it, and by gosh, I want to use it. Okay, so we're gonna, now if you find it easier to glue on the little composition book instead of the paper and then fighting it to put it on there and all the good stuff, go for it. Whatever is easier for you. And then if not scoring it first, just putting it on here, you know, gluing it and then bending it over is easier for you, then do what's easier for you. I'm just showing you options of things to do. As I knock everything down, oh my gosh, you know, it is the domino thing. You knock one down, the rest of them go. But I can tell that we are going to have to trim this one because this is just not cut straight. Just like the other one. I should have just went ahead and trimmed it, but no, I did not. I had faith, and it failed me. So, we're just going to take, since it's not a straight cut of cardboard. But see, isn't that cute? All right. And then this is going to go in here. But this is what this little reinforcer is for, because this is going to be a pocket, and we don't want it to be so floppy. But see, when you bend it over, you're going to have some stuff showing. So that's why we need to trim it a little, like, not quite one little mark past the 3/4, but close, so that when we glue it on and we flip it over, it's even with our paper. All right, so let's just use one glue up at a time. I need to get rid of this little one, so we're going to use him, because it confuses me with its, you think this is the top, but no, that's actually the bottom. And anyway, and I'm easily confused, apparently, especially nowadays. The older I get, the worse it gets. That's because I don't use my brain for anything but crafting. It's not good. I used to use it for nothing but numbers and crafting little here and there. And I got mush now. Mush, mush, mush. Okay, so we're going to put that inside there. And we might have to trim it off since we trimmed our paper. All right. See, I got a little glue coming out, which is fine and dandy. And, you know, don't worry about your edges because we're going to come back and crimp them, trim them off. Now, this is the time that if you want a little, you know, thumb hole thingy put in there, now's the time to do it. And see, that's going to be hanging over, so we're just going to have to, you know, give this side a little trim too. Don't they understand some of us crafters need to be, you know, precise? They need to cut their stuff. Oops. They need to cut their stuff better. All right. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little inking on here. So, you know, I want to ink it before we do. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue our inside down, which I'm going to have to trim the top. Let me just trim that top right now. My little hair, because my book isn't quite 4.5, and I still am probably gonna have to trim, but anyway. All right, let's just ink it up so in case some of it's showing, whichever side I decide I want. If I want more red of the gingham showing, and this is, oh, I don't even know if it has a name on it, but it's just regular scrapbook paper, and they don't have, I'm guessing it was on the little bar strip thing, and I ripped it off. So, all right, so we're just going to glue this on here. I know I'm saving the hard part for last, the back, which we should have done that first, which we might do that on the next one. Just because, you know, this stuff smells like, I don't know, it smells good. It definitely has a perfumey scent to it. It's kind of nice for glue. And that's that crazy stuff I got from Your Creative Studio in one of my kits way back when. And like I said, I just got to use the stuff that's sitting around so it doesn't go bad. And then you don't want to put it all the way to the edge because, you know, when it bends over, we don't want to create extra bulk in there, just like in our regular journals. Okay. All right, let me flip it over because I see that my stuff is hanging out. And, you know, this does not work good for a lefty when you're trying to trim there. And I can see a little hanging over here, too. All right. So, and then if you want, you know, your crease, whoops, my little thingy's twirled around. If you don't want, you know, that white showing, just take your little makeup brush and go inside, just like, you know, your regular spine. All right. I know I overdo everything because, and then see, my gingham's not even stinking straight. My gosh, don't use stuff, pattern stuff that you can tell. Okay, so X-nay the gingham unless you line it up straight. Doggone poo monkeys. See, I lined it up straight here, but as everything else, nothing about this is straight. Well, okay, we're just going to go on because y'all are going to encounter this too, so you can see what not to do. And like I said, I see this hanging off. I know, I waste more time nitpicking than crafting. And that is not supposed to be the name of the game. Alright, so that's going to drive me slap nuts. I don't know. Anyway, so we are going to just glue this little part down so that way this will be done. Oops, let me get my little glue off. Now remember, we are going to be rounding here So just make sure you kind of come in a little extra, like 1/8 of an inch all the way, so that top part stays glued when we come back and do our little 1/4 inch snip. Okay. And if you have, you know, little clips to hold it down, that's good. If you don't have clips, there's always these little quilter clips that you have. There's paper clips, and if you don't, then there's always, I bought a bunch of these. I think I got them at Dollar General or something. They're like Christmas bag chips. Boy, let me tell you what, they work great for as holdy things too. So, you know, just because you don't have some of these things, I know somebody's got some chip clips. Chip clips work great. All right, so now we're gonna, this is our little front that we've got done. Now we're gonna go do the difficult part. I know, should have done that first, but I didn't want to scare you. Because, you know, I do a good job on my own. I don't need to scare you extra with the project. So, oh, I'm so upset that that stinking thing is cockeyed. Well, obviously this one is going to be for somebody. All right. Now, where'd my sample go? I've done lost my sample. Here he is. Okay, so we got to put our elastic in here. And we got to put it in there before we glue this flap down so it's sealed. Okay? So, which is going to be, make sure I'm in frame, that I'm not working down the end of the road. Okay, so first things first, we're going to come in here and we're going to measure. Oh, I got all my stuff everywhere. We're going to measure in and draw a line 1/2 of an inch, or a little over 1/2 inch, whatever, you know. No more than 3/4, because then your elastic's going to be covering your whole front of your little journal thing. All right, and then we're going to come up 1/2 of an inch, or did I do 3/4? Shoot, let me measure. Oh, I'm like, where's my ruler? Right there, because I was using it. Okay, it is. Okay, so we're coming in 3/4 of an inch, and we're going to make a mark, and then we're going to come up 3/4 of an inch and make a mark. Okay, because that's where we're going to be punching our little holes in. But before we punch our holes, we want to go ahead and glue our back and this down, just so, because we have to punch through here. I know this one's a little difficult, but trust me, it's worth it. You know, you don't just hand these out to people at the grocery store. Well, you could, but if you're going to put a little extra time into it, you know, it might be like your favorite cashier or something. All right, so let's glue him down. Man, that smells good. Makes me hungry. Maybe that was the whole thing. They put like eat scent in there. Yeah, John's up there eating pumpkin pie with his lunch. He's like, you're not having pie? I'm like, nope, I'll have some tonight. I said, but you know, I can't be eating pie all day long like you do. I mean, you know, Mr. Fool, who keeps losing weight, can eat that stuff. But no, not me. I swear to God, every pound he loses, my butt is gaining. I just, drives me crazy, because he's down to 140 now. Oh, that was our doctor's thing on Thursday. I didn't want to tell anybody, because, you know, I didn't want to ruin your Thanksgiving. But, yep. And this drug is definitely affecting his eyesight, so they're sending him to the eye doctor thing, because he can't see. It didn't cause diabetes, but by God, I think it's causing some near blindness. So I don't know. All right, so, and then we're going to go ahead and glue our little pocket thing in, just so it can be done so we don't forget. Because you know, you get cracking at this, and then you just start gluing things down, and you want to make sure that if you're going to do it as a tuck spot, a tuck pocket for receipts or whatever's, that it's, you know, secure. Now, like I said, if you use the thicker cardstock, you can bypass this. But if you're using the thinner paper, you definitely need to reinforce it. Oops. Because like I said, you know, you want to give a nice gift, even though it's a small gift. It still takes you, I don't know, an hour to make it, especially your first one. Now, once you get the little system down, you can knock maybe 3 or 4 out in an hour, but, or a little more, depending on how detailed you get. Now, I'm going to have to trim my little overage on here because we're not straight. Okay, so we're just going to leave that flopping in the wind for now. And then we're going to come in and we're going to do our elastic. So, we're going to take our small hole punch and we're going to poke a hole on there and poke a hole in that one. And you can string a 1/4 inch through here with, you know, it's a little snug, but it works just fine. Okay, so we have that. Let's get our 1/4 inch, and we're going to string it through the back. Or you can string it the other way. Now, if you want to really get detailed, you can put little grommets in here, but, I mean, come on. You might only get 1 year use out of this, and so, yeah, just depends on how detailed you want. And poke it through that little hole. And the most important thing is that this elastic, your little handbag handle, is all the same direction before you bend it over to glue back here. And what I do, I just haven't bend it over this way so you can have that much to be gluing down, but you don't want to glue it that way because then your other little stuff will poke out. But I just do that so I know how much to glue. Okay, like I said, that's the most time, and then this is the second one, waiting for your Fabri-Tac to dry, because you know you want this to be. I know I'm shaking this. It's not the tulip stuff though, but oh my God! But you want to put it on here because you want it to be able to. You want it to be permanent. And I know this isn't going to hold it, but I just thought I'd try. I knew better, but all right. And then put this on here. And put my lid on here before I get a volcano. All right. And like I said, this is the longest that we need to wait, but we got to make sure that it, you know, sticks. Yeah, John's home today, so the dogs are like, oh, every time he gets up and walks or paces somewhere, because he does that pacing crap. And they're like, oh, we're going OUT, we're going OUT, oh. And John's like, what is wrong with them? I said, you're walking around, you're pacing. They think that you're, you know, going somewhere. And he's like, oh, what's wrong with them? I'm like, hey, you made that. So anyway, so when we flip this over, you know, our elastic's going to go this way, so it's all going to be nice and neat. But like I said, just make sure there's no kink in it, that it's even before you glue it down here. All right. And then, yes, this is going to be a little lumpy bumpy because we have elastic back there, but it will be just fine. Okay, so Oh, darn it. You know what I didn't do? I did not glue my reinforcing paper on here. See, the next one will do it right, because y'all know it takes 2 times for me to do anything right. So we got to put this on here first to reinforce our wobbly paper, even though by the time you put glue on stuff, it is a little thicker, but I want mine to be a little thicker. Okay, so, let me see if I'm looking. Let me go ahead and just trim a little bit off of here, because I can see, like I said, it was going to hang off and give me grief, and then I was going to be upset. Alright, so now I think I am going to come back and put a little Fabri-Tac on this side too, just to be safe, because I want it to stay. I don't want it to come out. I want my little thingy to last like 3 years, if that's what it takes for you to use this thing. You know, not everybody is as slow at using something as I am. But, and we'll just add some of this on here, because like I said, just trying to get it, trying to use it. And then, oops, I might have went over too far. Yeah, put your glue on this piece of paper. Oh my gosh, don't get crazy and just glue all over your thing, because this is only 3 inches. I know, y'all. It's supposed to be quick, easy. That's difficult. Like, I try to do everything. I make everything so difficult. Okay, but see, now this is going to help hold down your elastic a little more. It reinforces your little cover, back page. Now this is the back page. But, and yeah, you're going to have that little lumpy bump in there, but that's okay, because we're wanting all this to be smooth, so when we're putting stuff in and out of our pocket, we don't get caught. Alright, oh, we need to ink here, because my other page is inked, you know. And then I'm going to try to line my gingham up better than I did before. Let's see if I got to trim this off. You know I do. Oh, no. Maybe just a hair. I'd rather do a hair, because, ow, got the itchies. Okay. But this time, I'm going to fold my little lip down. Oh, and my stuff's not even cut straight. That's why it's lining up better this time, because my paper's not cut straight. Maybe that's why my stuff... Alright. If you're cutting a pattern, make sure you cut straight on your pattern. It makes everything work better. Oh. Man, that stuff smells so good. I wish this was smell-o-vision. Oh. Or wait, smell-a-tube. You know? There's a YouTube. It's smell-a-tube. Smell-o-vision sounds much better than smell-a-tube. Oh, gosh. Alright, so let me put this on here. I am going to kind of line it on here. I'm going to flip this over first and make sure that I'm much better there. Even though my front's not straight, my back's straight. 1 out of 2 ain't so bad. Who sings that song? Meatloaf. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Oh my gosh. That's usually how it is. It takes me 2 projects, 2 out of 3 to get them right. Okay. Let me just go over that one more time. Oops. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing. I know. We're going to cut some of that off, but I just still got to ink because it's, you know, bothering me. And then we're going to make sure that we do a good 1/8 of an inch. Well, that's almost a quarter. So, you know, 1/8 to a quarter, because we're going to cut our ends off. And I guess I should have got a receipt to show you how cute it really works. let's just put some of our, whoa, clippy poos on here so it can dry. I'm going to go to my receipt drawer real quick, and I'm going to get a receipt and just show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oops. See? You know. But having paper clips in here would work just fine. But I don't like to keep my receipts in the bag because I lose them. I don't know how, but I do. And then you can just, well, tuck the folded in there. But, see, you can keep your receipts in there. Or just whatever. I mean, it's not designed to hold a bunch of receipts, because let me tell you, when I go shopping, I have lots of receipts. But if you just have something special that you want in there, or you could even put like your business cards in here too. Put a couple of them on each side if you have business cards. You know, if you're important people have business cards. All right, so let me. I guess I better take these out before I give those to somebody that don't need them. Oh, watch me need that, you know, I'd need that one receipt. Oh my God, I put it in one of those things to show somebody, and I mailed it to somebody. Oh no. You know I'd do it. Okay. Whoops. Alright. So let's go ahead and just trim our ends off, and then we'll pull our elastic around. So you can see how that's working. Alright, so we're just going to round our corners. Flip it over around our other corners. Got crumbs. It's time to change my stuff. And so when you're going to do this, you're just going to flip it around. That way it's flat. And there is our little Purse Notebook memo pad. And I thought on this one I might decorate. I found this and I thought this was cute. This is from Victoria Designs. So I just thought we have holly and holly, so we're just gonna put, well, oops, Lord, see, I do that all the time. Go to move it, close it with my hand, and I end up chopping off something. Let me just go ahead and use my little wiggly scissors in here. I don't know, it's not lining up with the wiggly dots on here very well, but pretty close. Well, that side's not. Ay, ay, ay. Sorry, I just hit the camera. Alright, so if we're going to decorate it, then we can just put like this on here. I mean, you don't have to do a lot, because like I said, it's going to be coming, you know, you're going to be pulling it in and out of a purse. Well, you know, that's what's intended for. But, or it could just be a little to-do thing on your desk or whatever. But we want to not put too much dimension on it in case they're really going to use it in their purse. But I guess you could put like lace and all that stuff on there. It wouldn't, you know, hurt it too awful bad. And then like if you knew their name, you could put their little name underneath here. But let's see. I know, now I'm gonna, how do we even have a fly in here? See, that's not the right shade of red. I think that's too This was some flyer that we had in the mail. I chopped that puppy up. I'm going to use it. Let me see. I've got some other burgundy back here. Let's see if this will work. This might be too burgundy. Alright, this one comes in multiple colors, so let me get another color. Let me just pull this whole pack. This is some of the Recollections Shades of Red cardstock. So, let's try. See, this one I think is going to be, that's like the other one, too bright. I think I used a couple other shades in there. That's too pinky on there, so if I'm going to do it, I guess I'm going to have to use burgundy. Well, I'm going to use the burgundy. And then this one, you just want to make sure that you, when you glue it, that you go in all the little areas extra with your, your glue, so they lay down flat. You can always, put that glue on your hand trick. But when I do that, the glue makes my hand itch. Alright. I don't know, might have been pretty on some green, but we're doing burgundy. I'm trying. Alright. Put that in my little scrap bin back there, and then we'll just go ahead and ink around the edges, just, Oh, but we do need to ink around our corners that we cut on the inside and out. And you can always put, like, on the inside of here, if you're just, giving this as a little gift, you can put a little to and from tag on the inside in the little pocket. That would be cute. Or you could put a, like a little gift card. Like if you know that they, do Starbucks or whatever, then you can tuck one of that on the inside. That would be a cute little extra Santa, type Secret Santa thing if you're going to give somebody a little gift card, and then you can give them this also to put the gift cards inside. And then we're going to make sure we got it the right way. And of course you can put some Nuvo drops on there or sparkles, but I wouldn't put sequins on there, just because, like I said, that just gives it more things that you can catch. So you want to try to, if you're going to embellish it with flat things. And just hold this up so I can get it straight. Oop, got a little glue coming out. These clips are in my way. And then we just flatten it out. And then if you wanted to go the extra step and put little tabs in here too, that would be, cute. But it just depends on, what the person that you're giving it to is going to use it for. But you can also always include some little tabs that they can attach to it. All right. Well, that's that little one. I know. Took a little while, but we got it done. But isn't it cute? That's a sweet little gift that somebody would appreciate and would like and will use. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. We got one done. Woohoo. Okay, so now we're going to knock some out. So I have this one. You know, everybody has one of those special friends that just like unusual things. Well, this is the heavier cardstock. This is from one of those recollection pads. It's called Holiday Bash, and I got it at Michael's. So we're going to cut this at 4.5. I had already cut it at 4.5. So we're cutting it at 4.5, and then we're doing our back at 4.5. And don't throw this away, because we're going to do something with these. Put in my scrap bin. Oh shoot, I cut the wrong one. Golly Moses. That was supposed to be the 3-inch one. Crap. I was just thinking, how cute. And I got caught up in the moment. Okay, 4.5. See, now I'm going to have to make something else with those snowflakes. 4.5. And then if we flip it over this way, I guess we'll cut it 4.5 on this side. Alright, don't throw this away, because we're going to use it again. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Well, I'm just going to be, I might just have to be wasting some paper. That was not the plan. Okay, so let's score this. Okay, I'm having this on this side. Wait, who am I doing? Okay, I want this. Okay, I know. I'm going to put this on the back. So we're going to score this, the back one, at 1 3/4, because we're going to fold that one in. Okay, and then this one, I'm going to go ahead and do this way. So I got to flip it around and score it at 1 3/4. And fold that in. Oops. Alright. Make sure we have our notebook going, oops, the right way. And let's go ahead and, oops, put our front in. Now, and like I said, since this is that thick cardstock, you don't have to put the extra paper behind it, because it's already thick. But I am going to put thumb holes in here, because I just wanted to do one with some little thumb holes in it. That one's 2. I want to do a 2-inch, because I like the wider hole. Okay, but I don't want to chop too much of my woman off. And then I'm going to do it the same thing back here. As I'm wearing this thing, it's already, oops, already jumped up on me. Okay, so we're going to put that on there, but I need to go ahead and cut this down to 1 3/4, so I'm really only wasting 1. Crud. So, because it says that I need, my backer paper is 4.5 by 1 3/4, so let's just go ahead and cut our 1 3/4. Make sure it's going to cover, because apparently I've gone mad. Yes, that is. I mean, you can always do it like 2 inches if you know, want to be safe. Let me put this scrap in over there in my scrap bin. All right, so let's just go ahead and ink. And ink this side that's going to show. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue my inside. Well, actually, anyway, because you know I do have dimensions on here, directional. Shoot. Well, we'll just go backwards. We'll flip it over and look at it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Fergie's chasing because I can hear it. She's the one that's got the little tick, 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 tick feet. So she just wants to play, and nobody wants to play with her. She'll chase you down and make you play with her. That's what she's doing. I don't know who she's after, but boy, she's after somebody. Oh my gosh. She's a mad woman. John must be walking around again. Yeah, he reinstalled that ceiling fan upstairs. So now it's up against the ceiling. Oh crap, see? But I'm wondering, I might just have to come and score it, because that was on 1 3/4. I might just have to move it over a hair so I got room for when I fold it over. Because my measurements are not working because these things are not what they say they measure on their little piece of paper. So I just had to bend it out a little bit more so it won't be up against that. But we could always put washi on there too, which I think that's what we're going to end up having to do, because I don't want to mess it up. So we're just going to, oh, isn't that so cute? This little unicorn with her little hollies and stuff. Her little mermaid. Whoops. Fell off that road. Stick it on our cover. Alright. We're still gluing the right direction. And like I said, we got a little showing. So we will just put some really cute washi that I have on there. So, unless you want the little blue showing, because you know it goes with it, but I think we'll put washi on there. And like I said, since this is the thick cardstock, we did not reinforce back there. Because we don't need to, but we still need to make sure that we go in at least nearly 1/4 of an inch so we can get our corners rounded and it's still sticking to it. Alright, and since this is white, I know we have a black front, but since this is what, I don't know, do I want to, okay, we might do, I haven't, you know, I'm doing something else with that elastic, so I guess we'll do it on here. I think that will work cute on this one. Alright, so now we're going to do the same thing on the back. We're going to measure a little over 1/2 inch. And then we're going to measure 3/4 for our hole and 3/4 for a hole. And then we're going to glue our back on. Oh, make sure you're going the right direction again. Where'd my woman go? Here she is. Okay. Now let me just go ahead and ink on the inside because we're not reinforcing or anything. So let's just ink it so we have it done. Oh, and let me just go ahead and ink. I know we're probably going to end up putting washi on here, but I didn't ink on that side. Okay, I know, talking to myself, talking out loud. I've got crumbs. Make sure you get your crumbs off. You don't need it. See, now this is just perfectly fine. Obviously, this isn't on there right. Okay, so since that's going to overlap, we need to make sure that we put a little extra glue on here so it is going to stick to it. Oops, now I got too much glue on there. Well, we'll be wiping it off. I can't win for nothing today, y'all. Let's just wipe it down. Only you know. It's covered just fine. You know, I really love this little mermaid unicorn. It is so cute. This would be so cute if you have like a teenager or a young granddaughter, for them to have like a, you know, like their first little mini journal. This would be so cute for that because there's not a lot, you know, that's gone into it. Just some love. And, okay, I want these snowflakes to show this way. But this would be a cute little journal to do for them so they can, you know, like draw in it, write in it, just whatever. Glue some things they like in there. Oh, I know we got to do this. I'm getting ahead of myself. Good thing I had that drawn on there. All right. But I don't need that, so I can still put this on there since I'm in that mode. Let's get this glued on the back. And then we'll do our other thing. And let's just make sure before we push it down that our snowflakes are even, and they are. Oh, that's what messed me up on here, is because I didn't reinforce the back, because this is the heavier cardstock. So that's my, okay. So I think we might just go ahead and reinforce them, even though this is pretty darn thick. Because, I mean, this is thick cardstock, so I think we're, you know, we're good. Oh, gosh, I've got to change my thingies. All right, so now here, even though, oh, I know, I should have put it on here just because you're going to be pulling back here. So let me just go ahead and stick it on. I know, I'm confused you, but hopefully you understand why I'm doing this, because you're going to have that elastic on there, and you need to go ahead and, we need to go ahead and reinforce the thing. So this is 1 1/4 that I need to cut this. Oh, darn. Well, my time is up because I've gone astray. So I'm going to put this on here, and then I will come back and we will finish this. Okay. So sorry, this is going to be a part 1 and part 2. But thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing some of your time with me. I told you 2 out of 3. It's going to take me 2. So I will see you on the next one, on part 2 of this, and get my little system down. So lots of kisses, lots of love. Have a great day, a blessed day, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye guys.